Hello and welcome to the 2025 Rotary Challenge. I'm Caleb Chevalier, and this year I get to moderate the preliminary rounds of the competition. And if you're unfamiliar with the rules, let's go over those really quick. It is a 3-round competition. The first round, there are points allotted at various amounts for the questions, and the teams will have a chance to answer each of them. And then we get into the second round, the blitz, or some know it as the lightning round, where we will give categories to teams they'll attempt to answer on their own, but the other team can steal if one team does get some of those wrong. Then we go back to round 3, and it operates just like the first, and we add it all up to find out who is our winner based on who scored the most points. We're in for a thrill, so let's see what action we've got in store. We're back on the 2025 Rotary Challenge. We are in the preliminary rounds, and we're getting into a great match here. We are joined with LaVega and West. First of all, thank you guys so much for being here. And I know you guys have prepped hard, studied hard, and we're going to have a lot of fun doing this. I know there's some nerves, but again, this is all about having a great time up here. Recapping just for the rules for this round 1, these questions can be worth a different amount of points. I'll let you know how much those are, and you'll have a chance to buzz in. And if the other team gets it incorrect, I will then ask if you guys need, like, say, that reread or something like that, and we'll get through those questions. And then, of course, round 2 is the blitz. As I mentioned earlier, just wait until I call your school after you buzz in to answer, and that way we're not crossing over each other and interrupting each other. All right, are we ready to begin, teams?
Yes, sir.
All right. We're beginning where we last left off on the questions with our previous round, and we're going to get started right now. For 15 points, name the conservative Supreme Court justice who was replaced by Neil Gorsuch after his 2016 death. That is Antonin Scalia. For 20 points, on this holiday, adherents may eat a triangular pastry called of what Jewish holiday, celebrating events from the Book of Esther? LaVega. Pardon?
Hanukkah?
Incorrect. Would you like me to reread?
Yes,
I'll
please.
reread that. On this holiday, adherents may eat a triangular pastry called of what Jewish holiday, celebrating events from the Book of Esther? That is Purim. For 15 points, this king's brother resigned from public duties due to associations with Jeffrey Epstein. What man who spent 64 years as Prince of Wales is married to Queen Camilla? Some royal family questions. We've got King Charles III. King Charles III. For 15 points, Lucretius described the unpredictability of these constructs with the term clinamen, meaning swerve. Name these indivisible constructs that were first posited to make up the universe by Democritus. Those are atoms. For 10 points, a sculpture by Etienne Falconet depicts Peter the Great alongside a bronze type of these animals. Friedrich Remington's Bronco Buster depicts what animal being ridden by a cowboy? LaVega.
Horse.
Horse, yep. I imagine in Texas we probably know the answer to that one. For 15 points, in November 2023, the FBI launched an investigation into whether this person took illegal donations from Turkey. Name this Democratic mayor of New York. Mayor of New York City, Eric Adams. For 20 points, you may want to get your pad and paper out for this one. Answer the following about the graph of the expression x squared minus 6x plus 8. What are the two x-intercepts of the graph? I believe that's where you would cross x at 0. We're looking for 2 and 4. For 5 points, shipping containers and floating buoys at this location were deemed illegal and were ordered to be removed in 2023. Big Bend National Park and El Paso are on one side of this boundary, separated from Ciudad Juarez by the Rio Grande River. What border separates Arizona and Sonora? West.
The southern border of the United States.
Can you be more specific, please?
Eagle Pass.
Incorrect. Would you like me to reread that? Okay, sure. Shipping containers and floating buoys at this location were deemed illegal and were ordered to be removed in 2023. Big Bend National Park and El Paso are on one side of this boundary, separated from Ciudad Juarez by the Rio Grande River. What border separates Arizona and Sonora? Trick is to not overthink that one. It's the U.S.-Mexico border. For 10 points, this politician converted many one-way downtown streets into two-way streets in his Smart Streets initiative as mayor of South Bend. Name this former Secretary of Transportation. That's Pete Buttigieg. For 15 points, a leader of an event in this city was bailed out of jail by E.D. Nixon. It was the destination of the Selma marches. Name this city where Rosa Parks' arrest sparked a bus boycott. We got there. West.
I believe it was Nashville, Tennessee.
Incorrect. Would you like me to reread that? Yes, okay. A leader of an event in this city was bailed out of jail by E.D. Nixon. It was the destination of the Selma marches. Name this city where Rosa Parks' arrest sparked a bus boycott. Yes.
New York?
Selma is in Alabama like this city, Montgomery, Alabama. We're looking for Montgomery, Alabama. For 10 points, this holiday names a type of calendar marked with doors containing a small gift for each day. Name this period. Yes, West.
Advent calendar or Advent?
We'll accept Advent calendars, yes. For 15 points, this former Tennessee senator nominated Joe Lieberman as his vice president. Name this vice president under Bill Clinton who lost the 2000 presidential election to George W. Bush. West.
Al Gore.
That's Al Gore. For 20 points, this thinker argued that color was a secondary quality of vision compared to shape. What Enlightenment philosopher proposed life, liberty, and property as natural rights in the two treatises of government? West.
John Adams.
Incorrect. Would you like me to repeat that?
Yes.
Okay. This thinker argued that color was a secondary quality of vision compared to shape. What Enlightenment philosopher proposed life, liberty, and property as natural rights in the two treatises of government? That's John Locke, the philosopher John Locke. For 15 points, name the first permanent English colony in the New World and home colony of George Washington and Thomas Jefferson, which was governed from Jamestown. West.
Delaware.
Pardon?
Delaware.
Incorrect. Shall I reread that one?
Yes.
Okay. Name this first permanent English colony in the New World and home colony of George Washington and Thomas Jefferson, which was governed from Jamestown. Yes.
New England?
We're looking for the colony of Virginia. For 10 points, one of these events occurred after the explosion and sinking of the Deepwater Horizon. Name these events where the release of petroleum results in water contamination. West.
Oil spills?
Oil spills. For 10 points, this NHL team, which has retired the numbers of Maurice Richard and Jean Beliveau, has the most Stanley Cup wins. What NHL team plays in the Centre Bell in Montreal? That's the Montreal Canadiens, and we have 1 minute remaining in this round. For 10 points, Ronald Reagan National Airport lies on this river, whose north branch originates in West Virginia. Name this river that empties into Chesapeake Bay that Washington, D.C. lies on. That's the Potomac River. For 15 points, this musician performed in national parks during his project called Our Common Nature. He played on the soundtrack to Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and often uses a specific instrument nicknamed Petunia. Name this founder of the Silk Road Project who is a Chinese-American cellist. Yo-Yo Ma. For 5 points, the American Civil War caused a famine of this good in Lancashire, England. The boll weevil ravaged this good, which names a form of diplomacy used by the Confederacy. Name this staple of the textile industry that was grown on southern plantations. And that's West.
Cotton.
Cotton is correct, and I think we've got time for one more. For 20 points, Lucretia Mott was featured speaker at this event where the Declaration of Sentiments was produced. Name this 1852 convention in upstate New York, organized by Elizabeth Cady Stanton and Susan B. Anthony, that addressed women's suffrage. Yes, West.
The women's rights.
Incorrect. Would you like me to reread?
Yes.
Okay, and again, this is going to be our final one. Lucretia Mott was a featured speaker at this event where the Declaration of Sentiments was produced. Name this 1852 convention in upstate New York, organized by Elizabeth Cady Stanton and Susan B. Anthony, that addressed women's suffrage. That's the Seneca Falls Convention. That concludes round one. Judges, what are our scores?
Got LaVega with 10 points and West with 40.
All right, so West has 40, notched a little bit of a lead there. We've got 10 points for LaVega, and the Blitz round is coming up next. We're going to get to that right after this.
At Daniel Stark, we work hard. If you're a true Texan, working hard comes with the territory.
Here you go, Danny.
True Texan right here.
We train hard. Winning, it doesn't come easy. You have to practice, you have to commit.
And we lawyer hard. Good thing, too. You need a law firm that gets to know your unique story and what it takes to help you get your life back to normal. Daniel Stark, we lawyer hard.
And we're back to the 2025 Rotary Challenge. Thanks so much for joining us, and we've got some great teams here. Great matchup, by the way, LaVega and West. It's a close one. And we are now in the Blitz round. Just as a reminder for this, we're going to start with LaVega. You guys have the lower point total. I'm going to give you categories. You're going to choose one of them, then we'll go through some questions. You can see how many you can get in a minute. You guys, I need you to be listening up because the ones that they don't get, you can steal. And again, it's not going to be something you buzz in for. And then we'll repeat that process. You all pick a category, you all can steal. Before we get to that, I want to meet our teams real quick, just to kind of get to know some of you guys. We want to start with LaVega. Can you introduce yourselves from the end of the table to me?
I'm Brooklyn.
I'm Lily. I'm Jimena.
And I'm Ian.
So who's been doing this on the team the longest?
This is brand new to us. It's our
Yeah.
first year ever doing it.
Wow, so
LaVega.
first year for all of you guys. So what's your first impressions?
We think it's fun. It's just something
Yeah,
to
it's
do.
very fun.
Yeah? So what kind of drew you into doing it in the first place?
Our teacher.
Okay, that's fair. Hey, we've got a lot of good teachers in our past. I know I've got some great ones that motivated me. So shout out to teachers out there. And for West, again, from the end to me, introduce yourselves, please.
I'm William Norris.
Ethan Burtick. Alex Chavez.
I'm Grace Blanton.
All right, so do we have a senior member among you all?
No, I'm the oldest. I'm a sophomore.
Okay, but you guys, this is your first year doing that.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so first
sir.
impressions, what are they?
I think it's a really new experience, and I'm happy to get used to being under pressure like that.
Sure. Well, this is a good place to start. So are we ready for the Blitz?
Yes, sir.
All right, so we're going to start with you guys. We'll get the 60 seconds on the clock here in a bit, but I'm going to give you guys 3 categories to choose from. You let me know what you like. You can pick from nutrients in food, mythical creatures, or the Protestant Reformation.
Okay, nutrients in food.
Nutrients in food. All right, I'm going to make sure, not that you guys would be looking, but I'm going to make sure y'all aren't looking. All right, so we're going to put those 60 seconds on the clock. We'll see what you guys can get, and we're going to start right now. Found in fried foods and margarine, this unhealthy type of fat is the opposite of cis.
Oil?
Incorrect. Class of nutrients that are chemical elements such as calcium, iron, and magnesium.
Skip it.
We can pass, okay. Molecule that is transported by LDLs and causes increased risk of cardiovascular disease.
Sodium.
Incorrect. Nutrient that is often mimicked by substitutes like erythritol and aspartame.
Skip.
Okay. Nutrient found in many plant foods that ensures the regularity of bowel movements.
Glucose?
Incorrect. Section on the back of food packages that lists nutrients and ingredients.
Nutrient label.
Nutrient labels, I accept. Yeah, we'll take that one. All right, well done. Main nutrient whose overconsumption causes hypertension.
Skip.
Okay. Vitamin that humans can synthesize by ingesting provitamins like beta carotene. We're gonna say that one didn't get in. Okay, so we didn't get there. We got through 7 questions, and I believe you guys got question 6. All right, so those other 6, I'm I'm going to come to you all for, this one's not timed. You will have a chance to answer, and again, no need to buzz in for that.
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's get to those. Found in fried foods and margarine, this unhealthy type of fat is the opposite
Trans
of
fats?
cis. Pardon?
Trans fats?
Trans fats. Class of nutrients that are chemical elements such as calcium, iron, and magnesium.
Pass.
That's minerals. Molecule that is transported by LDLs and causes increased risk of
Cholesterol?
cardiovascular disease. Pardon?
Cholesterol?
That's cholesterol. Nutrient that is often mimicked by substitutes like erythritol and aspartame.
Sugar. Glucose.
That's sugar. Yes. Nutrient found in many plant foods that ensures the regularity of bowel movements.
Fiber.
Fiber is useful. And main nutrient whose overconsumption causes hypertension.
Carbs.
It's sodium.
Sodium.
Salt would also be an acceptable answer. Okay, LaVega, you got 20. West, you've got 80. But we're going to swap this process, so I'm going to go to West now. And again, you guys will have the ability to pick from now 2 categories because they pick nutrients and food. I will give you the option of the Protestant Reformation or mythical creatures.
Mythical creatures.
Mythical creatures. All right, this one's fun. And again, pay attention, y'all, because what they don't get, I'm coming back to you. All right, let's get those 60 seconds on the clock, and we will start now. A hairy ape-like monster found in... Pardon?
Bigfoot.
That's Bigfoot. A small green-clad figure who leaves pots of gold at the ends of rainbows.
Leprechaun.
Leprechaun. A long-necked, humped creature said to inhabit a certain Scottish lake.
Loch Ness Monster.
Loch Ness Monster. Mischievous spirits, types of which include pixies.
Fairies.
Fairies. A flying biped with hooves that haunt the forest of its namesake mid-Atlantic U.S. state.
Skip pass.
Okay. A creature with a body of a lion and the wings and claws of an
Centaur.
eagle.
Oh no, hippogriff.
Incorrect. An animated humanoid figure from Jewish folklore made from clay or mud.
Pass.
Okay. A large serpent that kills or petrifies with its gaze.
Basilisk.
Pardon?
Basilisk.
Basilisk. The German spirit who bewitches men into crashing their ships into her namesake
Sirens.
rock. Incorrect. Japanese water demons that have humanoid bodies and turtle shells that enjoy sumo wrestling and cucumbers. Okay, we did not get to that one. So we went through 9 questions. You all are going to get the chance for 4 of them. This is going to be untimed. You don't have to buzz in, but let's see if you all can get those. A flying biped with hooves that haunt the forest of its namesake mid-Atlantic U.S. state.
Centaur.
Gives its name to a hockey team, New Jersey Devil, or the New Jersey Devils in the NHL. A creature with the body of a lion and the wings and claws of an eagle.
Griffin.
Griffin. An animated humanoid figure from Jewish folklore made from clay or mud.
Can you repeat the question?
Sure. An animated humanoid figure from Jewish folklore made from clay or mud.
Pass.
Okay, that's a golem. And finally, the German spirit who bewitches men into crashing their ships into her namesake rock.
Medusa?
We were looking for a proper noun for this one, so not just siren, but more specifically Lorelei. It's Lorelei for that one. All right, so we have done a blitz round for both teams. Another check of the score, please.
LaVega with 30 points and West with 130.
We have 30 for LaVega, West with 130, a 100-point differential, but we've still got round 3 to go, and you never know what's going to shape up in the final round. We're going to get to that when we come back after this.
The deals are real at Colleen Auto. We have just the Ford you're looking for. Trucks, SUVs, or something in between. Come check out our amazing, newly built and open Colleen Hyundai store. Find a sleek Volkswagen at Colleen Volkswagen. We have over 300 used to choose at Colleen Certified, including many options under 20 grand. Ford, Hyundai, Volkswagen, or used, the deals are real at Colleen Auto. ColeenAuto.com.
Welcome back to the 2025 Rotary Challenge. We're entering round 3 between LaVega and West, and I want to get you that score update. We've got LaVega at 30 and West at 130, but we've got some big point totals coming up here possibly to get up for grabs in round 3, so who knows how this one is going to play out. It's been a great game so far, fellas. Let's finish strong. You all ready for the final?
Yes.
All right. We will begin where we left off on the notes of questions from round 1, and again, it's basically going to work like round 1. Same sort of buzzing and basically the same types of points. All right, let's get started with that. For 10 points, an actor whose name includes these 2 initials won the 2015 Best Supporting Actor Oscar for his role as Terrence Fletcher in Whiplash, and also played J. Jonah Jameson in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man movies. What 2 initials are also used by the author of the Harry Potter series? LaVega.
JK.
JK, for J.K. Simmons or J.K. Rowling. For 10 points, Rick Snyder, the former governor of this state, appointed an emergency manager for its largest city. Name this state where the city containing the headquarters of General Motors went bankrupt in 2013. West.
Detroit.
Incorrect. Would you like me to reread? Yes. All right. Rick Snyder, the former governor of this state, appointed an emergency manager for its largest city. Name this state where the city containing the headquarters of General Motors went bankrupt in 2013. Detroit was on the right track, but we're looking for the state. The answer is Michigan for that one. For 15 points, this monarch invaded Italy after being promised Honoria's hand in marriage and left after being persuaded to stop by Pope Leo I. What scourge of God and king of the Huns died of a nosebleed on his wedding night?
Attila the Hun?
Pardon?
Attila the Hun?
It's Attila the Hun. What a way to go, that guy. All right, for 10 points. This composer's 3rd symphony was originally dedicated to Napoleon and is called the Eroica. What composer wrote the Pastoral Symphony and Moonlight Sonata?
Mozart.
That is incorrect. Would you like me to reread?
Yes.
All right. This composer's 3rd symphony was originally dedicated to Napoleon and is called the Eroica. What composer wrote the Pastoral Symphony and Moonlight Sonata? That's Ludwig van Beethoven. You might know him as Beethoven. Also, teams, please remember to wait until I address your team before you answer with your response. For 5 points, this island's largest city contains the Cliff Walk, which passes mansions such as Marble House and the Breakers. Name this largest island in Narragansett Bay that is home to Newport and lends its name to America's smallest state. LaVega.
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island is America's smallest state. All right, I get to say this on camera. For 10 points, what trio has released hits such as Bootylicious and Say My Name and was headed by Beyonce until its breakup?
Destiny's Child.
Destiny's Child is correct. For 10 points, in a ruling on a case from this state, Potter Stewart established the I know it when I see it test for obscenity. What 6th Circuit U.S. Appeals Court is in Cincinnati, in what state?
Ohio.
That's Ohio. For 5 points, the defense type of these strategies include the Dutch and Sicilian. What sequences, called gambits, when they sacrifice material, are followed by the middle game and end game? West?
Chess.
Be more specific, please.
Couldn't tell you.
Okay. Would you like me to reread?
Yes.
All right. The defense type of these strategies includes the Dutch and Sicilian. What sequences, called gambits, when they sacrifice material, are followed by the middle game and end game? We're looking for the name of sequences, so it's chess openings. Chess openings is the one. For 10 points, during this conflict, Joseph McConnell shot down 16 planes in the Mig Alley. Douglas MacArthur led an invasion of Incheon during this conflict. Name this war between the North and South of an East Asian peninsula. West?
The Korean War.
The Korean War. We're moving right along. Let's get a score check quickly, please.
45 points and West with 175.
LaVega at 45, West at 175. All right, that's where we stand. Moving on through round 3. By the way, teams, we have 2 minutes left. For 10 points, Rural populations were isolated in locations which Noam Chomsky dubbed virtual concentration camps during this war's strategic Hamlet program. Name this war fought in Southeast Asia which ended with the fall of Saigon. West.
The Vietnam War.
The Vietnam War. For 5 points, a national park in this state contains most of the world's calcite box work formations. Wind Cave is located in this state's mountainous southwest, along with Custer State Park and the Crazy Horse Memorial. Name this state whose Black Hills contain Mount Rushmore. West.
South Dakota.
South Dakota. For 15 points. Answer the following about the following data set. 3, 16, 4, 5, 5, 6, 4, 8, 7, 4. What is the median of the data set? We were looking for 5. The median in that set is 5. For 5 points as we approach the final 60 seconds. For 5 points, this network reached a $787 million settlement with a voting machine manufacturer, Dominion, over claims of election manipulation. Tucker Carlson was fired from what right-wing cable network? LaVega.
Fox.
Fox, yes. Fox News, but Fox is acceptable there. For 20 points. Name this event carried out in Nara with a homemade shotgun by a man angered by the former Prime Minister of Japan's connections to the Unification Church. That event is the assassination of Shinzo Abe. Getting down to the close ones here. All right, 10 points. These objects, which are held differently in French and German grips, contain a frog at one end. What objects are used when the instruction arco is marked and are held in a string player's right hand? West.
A bow.
Pardon?
A bow.
A bow, yes, those are bows, and that is the final question. Can we get a final score tally?
Got LaVega with 50 points and West with 200 points.
Okay, 50 for LaVega, West with 200. West, congratulations, you are moving on. I want to say a big thank you for everyone here for playing a great game. This was certainly an entertaining one, and we'll see who you all be up against next after you have moved on into the quarterfinals. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for watching. That's going to do it for this one, and you can catch further rounds of the Rotary Challenge on Saturday nights on Channel 25. We'll hope you catch some more exciting action with our local schools, so be sure to tune in for those. Till then, have a great evening.
When severe weather strikes Central Texas, the Storm Wrangler is your eye inside the storm. Come rain, hail, or high water, stay ahead of the storm with 25 Weather. Your weather, your safety, our mission.